They say a mother's love can survive anything. But what happens when the love is repaid with betrayal? This is the story of a vibrant African mother who left her home and moved to the UK with high hopes and dreams of a better future for her children. She has built a life in the UK. She has worked hard, made sacrifices, always putting her children first. But one day, everything changed. This is the story of our sister. It's a tragic story. There are no winners in this story. This lady, she was only 52 years old. All she wanted was for her children to do better than her. The aspiration that most immigrants have for children to have a better life, for them not to experience the hardship that she experienced. She has always put her children first. Good morning. Frank is my name. On this platform, we share stories to inform and educate our audience because we realize that knowledge, they say, is power. Let's dive into the tragic story of our sister who sadly something very, very bad happened to. Leticia has always put her children first. She had two lovely children that were living with her at home. Leticia noticed that her son, Yeboah, started acting strangely. When she noticed that he started acting strangely, she did everything trying to understand how a young man who was full of life, a young man that had dreams and aspirations like every other young man. This guy, his life took a twist for the turn, but the mother did not understand what was going on. Why is it that the son that used to be active, the thing that the son used to be interested in, the son all of a sudden became withdrawn? Mom, initially, she started speaking to people. People suggested all solution, prayer, speak to pastor, speak to this. She didn't know what was going on. She noticed this change in a child overnight. The son is a 32 years old child. Is not a man. Some people have said that one of the mistakes that possibly that mom should not have allowed her adult children to be living with her in a house. A lot of parents are in this dilemma. Your children have gone to university, they are still trying to survive. Should you kick them out? No. A lot of parents will want to help their children. This mom, she continued to provide for her child. One day, she noticed that the son's life has changed to the point where he is completely unrecognizable from the bubbling, happy young man that he has been. Mom asked Yeboah, my son, why not you seek help? Why not you speak to an expert? Because I'm worried about you. Yeboah said, no, I am not going to speak to anyone. I am fine. Why do I need to go and share my problems with anyone? That is what most men will say in that situation. Mom said, okay. One fateful day, Leticia came into the house. It has been reported there was disagreement between she and her son. Can you believe that the son that she has always consistently put first before herself, the son that she loved unconditionally, she never expected that her son will ever do anything harmful to her? Because Leticia believes that she has her son Yeboah's best interest at heart, and she expects the same from Yeboah. This fateful day, Leticia and Yeboah, there was a disagreement in the house. Leticia went and she went to sleep. When you hear the unthinkable thing that happened, you will be shocked. there is a problem that is going on in society. We need to be alert as a parent. If you are a parent, you need to be alert. This mom in her home, a place that is supposed to be one of the safest places for her, she went to sleep, and before you know what was happening, it has been reported that possibly the young man had a relapse and he killed his mom. He killed this mom. This boy killed his mom in their house. His other brother was sleeping in the same house, when they came back, people were shocked. How could this happen? A son who is supposed to look after his mom when the mom is old, the son that is supposed to care for their parents, this Yeboah, 32 years old, killed his mom. And this mom has done everything for the children to have a better life. That is why she came to the United Kingdom. When he was arrested and the authority wanted to charge him for murder, because why would a man, young boy, kill his own mom with his hand? They ordered for them to do psychiatric evaluation, and it was confirmed that mental health again is linked to this boy's action, that mental health may have contributed to it. The authorities initially wanted to ask for him to be charged for murder so that he will get the capital punishment for the crime. Sadly, this boy was yesterday found guilty for taking his mother's life, and he will be going to jail for a very long time. Not for murder, but for manslaughter. Let me know what your views are in the comment section. Yesterday, I shared the story of a Nigerian who is in his early 30s, who killed his stepfather. And today, we are sharing the story of another African who we suspected could be from Ghanaian descent, killed his mom. He's been found guilty. 3 days ago, we shared the story of another young African who is being sent to jail. 1 in every 4 of us will have some form of mental health in our lifetime. We need to speak out. It's when something happens to somebody that you know, that is when you realize that all these talks that you've been hearing, it is real. There is explosion in mental health in this country. We need to speak out. When you have children, you know somebody, the moment you notice changes in that child, the child is becoming withdrawn. The child is no longer taking part in the activities that they used to enjoy. As a parent, you need to be alert. You need to be alert, because that is one of the signs. They no longer showing interest in the things that they used to enjoy. You are seeing changes. The boy that used to listen to music all of a sudden is becoming withdrawn. You need to speak to experts. Mental health is real. The last 3 days we share stories of young Black men, Africans in their early 30s, who have acted impulsively. They've killed the guy yesterday, killed his stepfather that raised him. Again, this boy, his own mom, who he is supposed to protect, he decided to take his mother's life. Brothers and sisters, if you're watching this story now, there is explosion in mental health. Look out for the signs. And when you start seeing your son showing signs, it's no longer the child that you used to know. You need to urgently seek for help, because this mother never expected that in her house, which is supposed to be the safest place for her, the child that she has made all the sacrifices for, is the one that ended up killing her in the house. May God bless this woman's soul. May her soul rest in peace. There are no winners in this case. Mother has died. Son is going to be going to jail for a long time. The Black community, again, we have lost 2 people from our community who should not have died. If you know anyone that will benefit from this video, kindly share to them, because there is explosion in mental health, which things like housing, stress, unemployment, poverty, discrimination, and all the problems that we confront every day, they are adding up to make this problem worse. We need to look out for each other. Please, if you know anyone who is suffering from any form of mental health, please encourage them to get help, because you may be you that the person may end up killing if you fail to push them to get help. Share this video with anyone that you know will benefit. May this woman's soul, may that soul rest in perfect peace. She should not have died, not by her own son,